Hello, this is Fern, and today I'd like to share with you a video about basically taking cuttings from nature, which might be a little bit controversial, and learning more about the regions around me and the plants around me, and trying to fill my yard with wonderful bushes and trees and kind of try to create more of a permaculture garden than my annual gardens are right now. Well, they're largely annual. There's some trees and we have grapevines and all that. But anyway, so I have a drill out. I have a drill in cups, which means, of course, I'm planting something. So, yeah, I went for a walk with my dog and just snagged, like snapped off little twigs and branches from the plants as I was passing by them. I don't take cuttings from people's yards, just because I'm not comfortable with doing that, and because it's like their property. But I am okay with going into slightly more natural and like abandoned areas and seeing what I can find there. So here is a region that is basically between it's next to a freeway, and it's mostly desolate, mown grass, and then there's a few shrubs, and there is a couple of areas where there are just massive trees, and so that like allows other trees to grow up underneath them. They don't get mown down. So I got a lot of really exciting things. Previously, I went on a walk towards like a river area, and I was able to get like mulberry cuttings and walnut cuttings and that kind of thing. And I really don't know what will work well as a cutting. And I'm just giving it a shot. I'm trying it out. I know I have willow, and willow is doing amazing. I have some rose cuttings that are doing fantastic. So here I have kind of a lot of plum and a cherry plum cuttings, some more willow, some coyote bush, some bay laurel, and other various shrubs and trees. So I'm quite excited. Some of these I had some trouble identifying, but anyway, regardless, I'm interested in seeing if I can grow it. So you can see I also got some olive, and there's actually this one little corner. It's behind someone's house, so I'm not going to sneak around in there. But it has just this amazing, super lush polyculture that's happening. There's prickly pear and grapes and like peaches and olives, and they're just growing so abundantly. It's amazing. And it's just so inspiring to see. So I attempted to do some cuttings quite a while ago, as my very first attempt, and it was with some rose trimmings, and I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, and I still don't really have any idea what I'm doing. But what I do is trim off all of the leaves and leave very little leaf material still on the stem. And then I take away the outer coating for like the last maybe 2 inches or 1.5 inches of the stem at the very bottom. I remove that outer coating, and then I just dunk it right into some soil. I don't have rooting hormone, so that's it's just what I'm doing. So whatever lives, and whatever dies is just a plant that I got to learn a little bit more about. Got to take some pictures and try to figure out what the things are that are growing near me. So regardless, it's a good experience, and I get to kind of be more interactive with the plants that are surrounding. Oh yeah, here's that like really great grapevine that's crawling all over this oak tree, and it's just so fascinating. I love seeing where nature is flourishing even when it's like neglected, but even more than that, just like actively destroyed. Because the grass back there has to be mown down to prevent the spread of big wildfires. And so every year it's getting mown. So the only trees that are thriving are those that live in like little gulches. I don't know if that's the right word, but in like pits, or they live close enough to a fence that basically anything that's too difficult for a big mower to get to. So trees near creeks and things that are just big enough to survive. Those are the only things that are living out there. So it's interesting to see the combination as well of native and non-native to see what is doing well in this climate. This is one of my favorite areas. It's under this giant oak tree. There's a ton of little trees, including a bunch of plums, which I'm assuming the birds like to go into this huge oak tree, and then what they drop are like plum seeds. And the plums are protected from being mown over because there's this huge tree above them. So I just love observing these like natural systems and how they are managing to survive in these kind of harsh conditions. It's a great learning experience. So we'll see how these cuttings do. I hope at least some of them take. And thanks for watching.